My second year doing door-to-door, I was out selling solar just trying to book another appointment when I realized in a real estate community that there was foreclosures in the same area I was knocking. So I went to show up to that pre-foreclosure house and I saw a sticky note on the door. It just said, "Call me, I help stop foreclosures," and add a phone number. As a curious door knocker and aspiring investor, I decided to call that number. That one phone call helped me make $55,000 in the next 45 days. This real estate investor completely changed the game for me and helped me realize that the same skills I was using for door knocking could help me close a ton of real estate deals. What I didn't realize is that I was walking past 5-figure checks or my next rental property every single time I was knocking doors. Oftentimes ones that I didn't even have to purchase to make a big profit, or one that I could take over their mortgage payments, not have to qualify like a traditional loan. That one phone call is what helped me dive deep to where I'm now running a 7-figure real estate business and added over 14 rental properties to my portfolio in the last 2 years. In this video, I'm gonna show you guys how you can spot and close these 5-figure real estate deals from the leads that you're already knocking without needing any experience, a license, or even quitting your current sales job. The most common misconception in real estate is that you need a bunch of cash to get started, or that you need to qualify for a mortgage and that it's not gonna be worth it. That belief has kept many door knockers commission rich and asset poor. Before I even found this note on the door and called that investor, I had already purchased my first rental property. This got the real estate bug going for me, but it helped me realize that I can't purchase 5 properties every single year if I'm going to put 20% down every single time. This is how I went from buying 1 property a year to buying 5 the next year. So how are real estate investors able to scale to 10, 20, 30 houses even in a year without having to put all this money down? They're not buying houses off of Zillow or on the MLS, and they're definitely not putting 20% down every single time. They're buying off market at a discount on their terms and often using other people's money. Or they're making a big commission without ever having to buy the house. I didn't learn this until I walked into my first deal. A guy was behind on payments and about to face foreclosure, and the house was a wreck. He needed a way out fast without agents, listings, or showings. I brought over the investor that I had gotten connect with from the sticky note, and he closed the deal right in front of me, a $40,000 commission, and we never had to buy the house. We just assigned our contract to another buyer at a higher price. This all happened while I was knocking solar. I just added some of the pre-foreclosure leads that were in my area. I continued to do this, and 2 weeks later, I ran into another lead. This time I copied his process and closed it myself and made $35,000. That's when it really hit me. I've been knocking doors for 2 full years. How many leads have I walked right past and missed just like this? The beat up homes, the people that can't afford their payments, the people that are stressed and need to sell their house fast. I realized that these weren't just dead leads or DQs. They were homeowners that were in distress and probably needed to sell their house quick. After doing so many of these deals, I created the D2D framework to turn these leads into big checks. This isn't the door-to-door framework, it's the dead-to-deal framework. It's 4 simple steps. First, you have to detect the distress. Is there financial issues? Are they behind on payments? Did they file bankruptcy? They may be disqualified for the product or service you're selling. Any of these can allow you to dive deeper and find signs of distress, which just goes into the second step, which is explaining your solution. Most of the time we walk out of the house and we never think about it again. Simply ask, have you ever thought about selling or just getting a cash offer for your house? We buy properties in this area for cash as well as creative solutions. We can do it in as-is condition and do it quickly. This goes into step number 3, which is to automate and evaluate. You make sure you tag this lead in your canvassing tool for follow-up so you don't let it slip through the cracks. If you're in the REI Closers community, we give you the tools in the system to track and follow up with these leads. The most important step in qualifying this lead is getting the 4 pillars. The first one is the motivation to sell. Does this homeowner have any reason to sell? Is it financial distress? Maybe they inherited the house. Are they behind on taxes? Something they can't fix anymore and the house is falling apart. What is the main reason they want to sell? If they don't have any motivation to get rid of it, it's going to be hard to get it under contract at a discount. Pillar number 2, which is the timeline to sell. If someone says they're trying to sell in the next 7 or 10 days, obviously they're very motivated to sell it. If they say they're not in a big rush, maybe several months down the road, then they probably don't have as much motivation, or you can dig into that and see if they're kind of telling the truth. This goes into pillar number 3, which is the condition of the house. I really want the homeowner to tell me everything that's wrong with the property. What is the reason that you're not going to sell this on the market and you want it to get done quickly off market? Maybe the roof need work, the house hasn't been updated in 15 years, the plumbing broke, there's some sort of leak. What is the condition of it? And get a general idea of all the things that need to be fixed. This goes into the last pillar, which is getting their desired price. Okay, Miss Homeowner, if you can sell this on the timeline that you want and the condition that you just explained, and you didn't have to use realtor commissions or closing costs, what is the exact price that you're expecting to get? Always ask what price they're expecting to get, because they know if we're having to buy it off market in the as-is condition, this is not going to be a retail type transaction. We can do it quickly, but it's going to have to happen at a discount to make sure we don't lose money. This goes into the last step, which is lead set or close. Anyone in our free real estate community has the link to joint venture and partner with us on deals. If you fill in the seller details and the information of this lead, we can help you close that deal and get you a little commission. Or you can follow our closing script and offer calculator to get this deal under contract and get it closed yourself. If you're in the REI Closers community, we give you the exact systems and processes to underwrite the deal, evaluate it and make him an offer, get it under contract and find that buyer yourself, as well as the systems to qualify the lead and send it straight to us so that we can split the commissions with you. You can find the link in the description to join the REI Closers community. So how does this dead to deal framework work in real life? We've done tons tons of deals on the doors, but I'm gonna show you one simple example from Isaiah, who was selling alarms. So as Isaiah was selling Vivint, he built rapport with this customer and realized, number one, detected signs of distress. The homeowner mentioned that she inherited her mom's house across the street, and she straight up asked if anyone would be able to buy a house that he knew because she had to get rid of it quick. Well, this was a bit of a layup. He realized the distress that she had because she had to pay for the yard, the utilities, the taxes, and all these things that she mentioned about her mom's house that was across the street. So Isaiah went into step number 2, which is explaining the solution. Isaiah said, yep, we actually partner with someone who buys houses in this area. He can buy as is, cash, and get it off your plate as quickly as possible. Then he went to step number 3, which is to automate and evaluate. He sent the lead directly through our lead setting system. He put all the details of the conversation, her motivation to sell, why she wanted to sell it, the condition of the house, and even had a rough idea on the offers that she'd been getting from other investors and the price that she wanted. This set up perfectly for the last step, which is the lead set or close. Now that he qualified the lead, he set the appointment with us. I was able to have all the information, build rapport with her on the phone, and figure out how we could solve her problem. I ended up calculating the after repair value of the houses in that area, used our offer calculator and our closing script so I can get it under contract at $42,000. There was a lot of title work and issues that I had to resolve with her family so that we could get her on the deed of the house because she inherited this property. But after a couple months, we finally got it cleared and I was able to assign that contract to a buyer at $50,000. This was originally going to be a huge deal, but a hurricane hit her house, a tree fell on it. We ended up having to renegotiate and solve some problems and ended up making $8,000 on the deal. We've done tons of deals just like this with door knockers where we make big commissions without ever having to purchase the property. If you guys want to see which leads we end up turning into rental properties and how we do it, make sure to watch this next video on the knock doors, own doors method.